Hey everybody, big welcome back. Today we have a special treat. I just got some footage in from my good buddy HT, Homeless Tony, and he was down in Los Cabos, Mexico, trying to figure out what the range on his new Mavic, or no, it's not a Mavic, it's just called DJI Mini 2. They took Mavic out of the title. And anyhow, I've been kind of going over his footage and basically we had a little bit of a little discussion about it and his thoughts and all that. So he was telling me that he loves his Mini too, and he loves the feel of it. Flying it and controllability and stability and range and all that. So ultimately, we're gonna fly there with this little thing in the corner. I might have made it a little bit small, but hopefully you can see it. Um, and I'll tell you, a spoiler alert though was that it's kind of weird because he said that there was very, very little wind, and after like I don't know whatever it was, like 7 minutes or 8 minutes into the flight, it was already telling him rather that it was time to come home. It gives a low battery warning, and there is going to be a small hiccup coming up though, where once he gets to 2,000 meters, where it's going to pause, and then he had to extend the range because it was set to 2000 by default. And he was also telling me about that there's a new feature. I don't know if it's new. I've never noticed it before, but apparently he's far enough away from all the Los Cabos airports, but there was an airplane kind of buzzing, not right overhead or something, but in the distance. And anytime that airplane got like within a few kilometers type of thing, it would put up a little warning saying that there's an airplane in the area. And I gotta say, on DJI's part, that is actually really cool that they do that. Um, I'm really happy to see that. The fact that they would just say, hey, kind of heads up, we're limiting your height to 150 meters, and be aware there's an airplane here. That makes perfect sense, and I think that's a good step in the right direction, for making sure that these things aren't colliding with airplanes. I personally don't generally fly out of line of sight, even though here in Canada, despite what many people believe, I could. And I'm not up to date with the Los Cabos, Mexico rules, so I don't know about what Tony's got going on here. But anyway, we can see that it is fall down in Los Cabos, and the desert is pretty spiky. So that might be federales going by there, not really sure. But anyhow, we're getting along our journey there. He said he was basically just going for that white tower thing at the top of the screen. That was what he was aiming for as a focal point. But yeah, I personally I've been out flying my little Mini 2 and having a fantastic time with it. Haven't really recorded any videos though, so I'm gonna have to get out there and do some flying and make some videos of my own to share with you guys. I got some cool spots already in the works. When I say in the works, that means they're just in my mind. I actually got to physically take the time to go there. Oh, here's where he was saying where he hit the 2,000 foot limit. So he's just quickly going to go into his settings and fix that, because obviously that's not ideal. And I don't know what the future holds for these drones, but I think DJI really hit it out of the park on this one. Um, to say that this drone, let me just look at the numbers on my screen. I can't look at it on the screen where I'm actually making this recording, um, but I do have it here. So we will end up, because you're not going to see it clear enough anyway, so I'll tell you, going to 3,489 meters, which is 3.48 kilometers, so not very far. It's almost 4 kilometers. Um, Not very far, but so the concerning thing was though that after like the, whatever it was, 7 or 8 minutes, we'll see in a minute, that it would already be at, 65% battery or whatever, and feeling that it was time to turn back for safety. Now, I will say that that may be just the DJI app being a little cautious. And I think Tony, with his new drone, was probably just trying to err on the side of caution and didn't want to push his luck on going too far. Um, but it would have been really cool to see how far it would have went. I think this is going a lot further and maintaining signal than the Mavic Mini, part one type of thing, or number one would have done, as there was no breakup in video signal at all. And, this is not a very high flight. I don't know, what are we at here, like 30 meters or something like that. So for that kind of distance, at that kind of height, it's actually doing a great job of maintaining signal. Now, this is obviously in rural Mexico, so it's not a whole lot of digital interference from whatever Wi-Fi and satellites and cell phones and typewriters and whatever else they got going on. Also, just think how cool it would be if, say, if you came out this way and you found somebody like doing weird shit, like just walking around naked. Not that you'd be looking for them, but I'm just saying it would be funny. Imagine watching back your footage and being like, "Holy shit!" Um, Ultimately, yeah. Here's the turnaround point where he said that he just decided it wasn't worth it. Signal wasn't an issue or anything like that. It was just the drone telling him it was time to come home, and him saying, "All right, well, better safe than sorry." Um, but don't screw off yet, because he's going to actually go down and visit some Mexican horses. Or I think they call them mules down there. I don't think they actually call them horses. I don't know. Anyway, um, or there's actually some sheep there too. Not just, there's one horse and a bunch of sheep. And he kind of comes down to say hi. And this will be the only point that he did lose signal, which is when he drops down to visit this horse. And I'm going to guess he's just too far down and below a tree line or whatever. Um, I don't actually know what his height was at this moment, or not this moment, but when he drops down, rather. But obviously a little bit lower than should have been. I kind of wish he would have used the zoom button at this point and zoomed in to say hi to the horse. The horse is kind of like, "Hey, what's up?" And then the drone's like, "Not much, you?" And the horse is like, "Nothing." And that's that. That was the end of the conversation. So signal was lost at that point quickly. And um, it's kind of weird there. I don't know if you saw that like glare in the middle of the screen. Kind of, I don't know if it's going to show on the video or not, but it looked like a sunlight glare on the dirt. Kind of weird. Anyway, yeah, beautiful countryside in Mexico, and I don't know what kind of farming they got going on there, but maybe it's all like marijuana plants. Never know. But now we're going to journey on back, and yeah, hopefully, I know I'm planning on doing a night flight, and so hopefully I'll be bringing that to you guys soon. It's got to be a windless night for what I want to pull off. So, and don't worry, if I won't do it, I know somebody that will, so we'll get him on it. But got some cool ideas coming up. So, unfortunately, we didn't get the video we would have liked to out of this one. The idea was actually for him to go as far as he could while staying under the 90-meter range and seeing how far it could go before losing signal. But ultimately, I guess until he gets comfortable with the battery and range, just didn't want to push it and have to layer down in a field somewhere. And you know safety first when it comes to this, I guess, but hopefully we'll get a chance to do it again, and maybe next time kind of like a lot, not right on the road, but close enough to a road where if you did have to ditch, um, that there'd be a good chance of recovery. And yep, this is what I need in my life is some farmland. I miss four-wheeling. Every time I go out and drive through the country or watch flights out in the country, it just makes me miss country life. So anyway, you guys are welcome to leave your thoughts and comments below, and let Tony know what you thought of his flight. And be sure to check out, if you haven't already, Tony has various other adventures on my channel, and there's always a Homeless Tony drone video playlist, which this is added into, that is an open playlist. So people are always welcome to add their own videos into it. And yeah, so if Tony's been down in your area and gave you some footage, by all means, feel free to add it to the Tony's playlist, and we can all see all the crazy shit he's been up to, and keep our eyes open for more as it comes. And I wish he would have gotten some better looks at the boat there. There was like an upside down boat, and it was kind of, that's what it looked like anyway on the way over, on the, on the first side of that run out. But I guess we'll never know until we go down to Mexico. Also, if that was my little green pond, I'd probably jet ski in it. Wouldn't get to go very far, but you'd go fast getting there. And yeah. Yeah, this guy's good at grass cutting too. Actually, I think by the looks of it, it's a sod farm. But anyways, I'm out, guys. I got a really dry throat. I got to grab some water, so you enjoy the rest of the footage, and we will see you next time.